What's up, guys? I am back. Sorry for the little delay there. I had a little mishap at work and, had to take care of it. I had to cover for my cousin. He was sick. So I apologize for the little layoff there. Got a menu for you today. It's some NFL free agency talk. Let's see, we got some Jets talk. Let's see, some NBA talk. What else do we got? What else is there? Baseball's just starting out. And let's be honest, I'm not looking forward to just when it's just baseball going. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot stand when it's just fucking baseball going. I cannot oh my God, I just want to hang myself in the backyard. I just can't do it, man. When I was a little kid, I used to fucking love baseball. Now it's like, dude, I swear it's like watching fucking paint dry. I just can't do it, man. Whew, it's rough. The game is not the same. There's just too much garbage in it right now, and it's just not like it used to be when I was a kid. It's changed way too much. And what's with having opening day did I hear this right? The Dodgers had opening day yesterday. Well, I guess last night. What do you call it? This morning? Last night? I don't even know. They had it at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. Who the fuck how the fuck do you have opening day at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning? Who is watching that? Opening day is supposed to be special. It's opening day reminds me of, spring weather. The birds are chirping. The sun is out. 75-degree weather. You know what I'm saying? Hot dogs, all that shit, dude. That's what, opening day reminds me of. It's just, what the fuck, man? Like, I get it, you got to appeal to baseball globalization or whatever the fuck you call it. I don't really know. But it's fucking ridiculous. When you have opening day at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, there's a problem with that. I have a problem with that. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. And, like, what viewership are you getting at 3 a.m.? I mean, I'm pretty sure it was on at 3 a.m. in LA time. So, that's what, 6 a.m. here? Some dumb shit where nobody's going to be up watching that. I mean, what is baseball doing here? I just, that's a head scratcher for fucking sure. Wow. I don't even know what to say about it, really. I mean, whew. All right, let's get to some football talk here. NFL free agency has been wild. Justin Fields traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers get Russell Wilson, which I thought was the smart move. They needed a fucking quarterback, dude. They needed it. I mean, I didn't see them getting, Russell Wilson and Fields. I thought they were going to get probably one or the other. But I think it's pretty the smart move that they got both. Because I think I don't know if they plan to have a QB war in camp, or if they already, made Russell Wilson the starter. I don't know what they're going to do there. I think they're going to have a QB competition and they're going to battle it out. That's what I think is going to happen, because that's that seems to be how Mike Tomlin does things. I don't think he would just hand the job over to Russell Wilson. He doesn't seem like that type of coach. So, but we'll see. And I think, with both of those quarterbacks, is Pittsburgh a 10-plus win team? I think so. But that division, man, that AFC North, holy fuck, man. That division right there, I think has the best quarterbacks out of all the divisions. So all four teams have excellent quarterbacks. Can you name another division, right? Another division where all four quarterbacks are as good, if not or better, than the AFC North's quarterbacks? Okay, so in the AFC North, you got Joe Burrow, you got Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, and now Russell Wilson and or, Fields. So I think that's easily the best division of quarterbacks in football right now. I mean, on paper anyway, it is, But if you got a better one, leave a comment down below and let me know. I mean, off the top of the head right now, that's the best one that comes to mind is that division. Like all four of those quarterbacks are, pretty top notch if you ask me. All getting paid top dollar except for Pittsburgh's quarterbacks. Well, unless you're just, whatever. Anyway, how funny is it that the Chicago Bears now they improve the offensive weapons on their roster with Justin Fields out of the way now? I think that's so funny. They can get these weapons for Caleb Williams, but they can't get them for Justin Fields. Man, dude, did they hate that kid. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, did they hate him. Such a shame, man. He probably, if they just stuck with like one offensive coordinator with him and stuff, he probably, would be what he was supposed to be, But that's what happens when you have to learn all these different things constantly, Because now the Bears, besides DJ Moore, they get DeAndre Swift and they get Keenan Allen. I mean, who knows if Keenan Allen can stay healthy the whole time, but, I mean, we'll see. I mean, he's very good when he's on the field, but that's when he's on the field, you know what I mean? But he's great. It's a huge improvement for the Bears, that's for sure, if you ask me. Plus, they really needed it, Their offense, besides, DJ Moore, I can't remember who else they had on offense last year for weapons, but wasn't anything to, shout about. I know that. So, getting those guys, that's a huge upgrade for the Bears and Caleb Williams. But Caleb Williams seems like he's the type that doesn't want to play in cold weather, But who knows? If you can't, he might pull an Eli Manning and say, I'm not going to play there, And then they get traded somewhere else. So everybody, I don't know if people remember, but Eli Manning was supposed to be a Charger, and Phillip Rivers was supposed to be a New York Giant. But Eli Manning made such a big stink about playing, he wanted to play, he didn't want to play there, which is crazy. I don't know why you wouldn't want to play in sunny California, but you'd rather play in cold New York? Okay, I get it, but whatever. But yeah, I could see Caleb Williams absolutely doing that and causing a stink and trying to get out of going to Chicago. I mean, Chicago has been a mess, I mean, when was the 2004? When it went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman? Oh my God. How the fuck did that guy get to a Super Bowl? Seriously. How the fuck did he get there? Oh, and guys like Dak Prescott struggle to win playoff games. It's mind-boggling. But this guy was in the Super Bowl against Peyton Manning. What? You know what I mean? Like, how does that even happen? Rex Grossman was fucking terrible. God, he was fucking awful. He was great at throwing to the other team. He was excellent at it. But that's all he was really excellent at. He was... I still don't... I don't know how he got to a Super Bowl. That one's mind-boggling to me. Crazy. Just... absolute crazy. Cousins getting the 4-year deal with the Falcons. I kind of knew that was coming. I mean, his wife is from there. Her family is from there. She grew up there. It just makes sense. staying in, he's got plenty of weapons around him. Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and those boys. So, and then Kyle Pitts also. He's got guys to throw the ball to over there. Are any of them Justin Jefferson? Fuck no. They're not. I'm not going to lie to you. They're just not. But, he's got plenty of guys to throw the ball to now. And that division is so weak. Oh, man, that is probably the weakest division in football, I'd have to say. Look at it. You got fucking Carolina. That's a fucking absolute dumpster fire. Oh, my God. I don't think there is any worse situation in the NFL right now than Carolina. There's just, who would want anything to do with that fucking mess? Oh, my God. What, talk about a fucking headache. What do you, if you eat, the owner, I think he's worse than Jerry Jones. What's his name? Dave something? Oh, God, he's fucking bad, man. He was throwing drinks on fans at games, and not even in his own stadium. This was in another opponent's stadium. He was throwing drinks on fans. You can't do that, man. You're an NFL owner. What are you doing? Who the fuck are you? You can't do that. What's wrong with you, man? Oh, my God. That was a disaster. Oh, what? I can never remember his name. It's some Dave something. Oh, but he is just a disaster. I don't know. He hires all these coaches. I think he's hired 3 coaches since he's took over. And he's fired all of them mid-season. Every single one of them. And he hired them. That's ridiculous. Oh my God. He is just a head. David Tepper. Oh, God, that was going to drive me fucking crazy. Man, what a fucking bonehead he is. God. If there was ever a King Jamoke, he would be it. Oh, God. He'd be on the top of the fucking mountain he is the worst NFL owner I think I've seen in a while. And there's been some bad ones. There has been some bad ones. I want to talk about the New York Jets for a second. How much have the New York Jets improved this offseason? They have vastly improved, I would say. They made at least, 6, 7 key additions. A few on the offensive line, which was a must. Oh, my God, it was an absolute must. If they did not do anything for that offensive line this year, Aaron Rodgers probably would have died on the field. I'm not even kidding. He would have died because that offense, you could not send that same line out there again. They had to make major improvements. They got Tyron Smith, offensive tackle from the Cowboys. They got offensive tackle Morgan Moses from Washington Redskins. He's a great, and they got Mike Williams, wide receiver from the Chargers. He's a good deep ball threat. You have him opposite of Garrett Wilson now. So now Aaron Rodgers has 2, legit targets to throw to on the outside, which is huge, huge. The Jets haven't had a 1-2 punch at wide receiver in a long fucking time. I'm trying to remember when their last 1-2 punch was, and I can't. I'm coming up empty here. Oh, but they've made some key improvements. I'm not gonna lie. Are they gonna be in the playoff hunt? I don't know. I really don't fucking know. I think it honestly all depends on Aaron Rodgers and how he looks with this, after the injury. It all depends on him. We have to see what's going on with him. He healed a lot faster than normal people do from that injury. He was good to go and the season was still going on. He was trying to get on the fucking field. That's insane. He healed so quick. So I don't know if he had some kind of special medicine or did some kind of special exercises. I don't fucking know. But he healed way faster from an Achilles injury than
The normal average person does. So, especially at a 40, being 40 years old, like it was very quickly. I mean, let's be honest here. It was very quick. All right, what the fuck are the Cowboys doing at running back here? Oh my, like do they realize the running backs they have on their roster no one has ever heard of, I don't think. And they're fucking the size of like a fucking ant. They're tiny. These guys I think are smaller than Pollard, I think. Like smaller than Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard was already too small. So if they're smaller than him, and Tony Pollard didn't really work out last year, what makes you think what you have in your fucking, on your depth chart now is going to work? I think one of them is named Rico and the other one's named Deuce Deuce or something. I don't fucking know, and I don't care, because those aren't starters. Not in this league, they're not. Those guys are going to get fucking annihilated, okay? Killed. Those aren't starting running backs in this league. No, they're just not. You know, it's just they should have traded for Derrick Henry, and they fucking didn't, because they're stupid. You know, they had every opportunity to get a running back. There must have been at least 10 available. 10. Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones, all these guys, and they didn't bite on one of them. They didn't even call Derrick Henry. Not even a phone call. Not even a phone call? Oh, awful, man. Just awful. What is Dallas doing? I get you got to re-sign your core guys and all. But you got to make some improvements as well, dude. You got to make some changes. You can't run back the same fucking thing you ran that got raped by Green Bay by a rookie quarterback. You can't run that squad back again. You can't. You just cannot do it. You have to make some changes. You have to. What changes those will be, I don't know, but you gotta make some. They have to do something. I would not sign Dak Prescott. I would not give him that money. I just wouldn't. I would make him go into this year playing for a contract. That's what I would do. I would make him fucking earn that shit. Yeah, you want $60 million a year? Well, we want a fucking Super Bowl, so get us there, and then you'll get paid. That's how I look at it at this point. Because we've already had a sample size of him. This is going to be what, his 8th year starting, 9th? I don't know, something like in that ballpark. I mean, how much more of a bigger sample size do you need of the guy? I mean, yeah, the coach, he hasn't had the best coaches. I understand that. But he's 2-5 in playoff games. He shits the bed every time the moment is huge, is a big moment. He shits the bed. And you can't do that when you play for the Dallas Cowboys, dude. You just can't. It's America's team. You got to show up. When is that team going to get over the hump and just get to an NFC championship game? Forget the Super Bowl. Get to a championship game first. I'd be happy if you fucking got there and lost. But at least you got there. That's more than you can say for the last 30 fucking years. Which you've done nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I know Jerry Jones stays in the way of his own team's success. And that's how it's always going to be until he fucking dies or steps away from the team. That's just how it's going to be. He's going to be in the way. He is going to be the face of the franchise. And that's just how it's going to be going forward. Jerry wants to be the face. He wants to be in the spotlight. Me. He wants to be the reason that they win a Super Bowl. He wants to be the cause of that. And it just doesn't work that way. I just don't know what they're gonna do over there. It's just such a disaster. They have to make some changes. That's an absolute must over there. Oh man. Oh well, thank God I'm a Chiefs fan. I want to talk about a little basketball here, so some NBA. I want to ask you guys here. Who is the key to the Boston Celtics winning banner number 18? You know, who is that guy? Who is that must-have that they need healthy at all times, that they'll need in the playoffs? No bullshit. Doesn't matter. No rest management. None of that bullshit. None of that. I'll tell you who it is. It's Derek fucking White. He has been the Boston Celtics savior since they have acquired him. He has been incredible, man. Incredible. And there's nothing that guy can't do on the offensive or the defensive end. He's excellent. And I'm pretty sure he leads the league for point guards in blocks. In blocks for point guards. That's a serious stat. I'm pretty sure he averages over a block, 1.2 blocks per game, which is absurd for a fucking point guard. That is absurd. You just don't do that. Meanwhile, he averages probably about 15 points a game, 5 assists, and so on. He is he never takes plays off, always gives you 110%. I think he and obviously Porzingis are absolutely key for the Boston Celtics moving forward. They just are. Those are their two most important players besides Tatum. I get it, yeah. Drew Holiday's important. Jaylen Brown's important too. But I don't know if they're as important as those two guys. Derek White, especially, I think is key. And you need Porzingis because you got to have someone to stretch out the floor. And you got to have someone to battle Jokic. Because you need that size down low. Because, right now, as it looks, it should be the Celtics Nuggets. That's what I'm predicting the finals will be. Regardless if I'm a Celtics fan or not, that's what I would predict. I mean, look at the East, guys. It's rough. I mean, Milwaukee's starting to get it together a little bit. But I don't know if they can beat Boston in a 7-game series. If there's anybody in the East that can beat Boston, it is Milwaukee. And then maybe Philadelphia with a healthy Joel Embiid. But they have to have him. And even with him, I don't even think they could beat Boston in 7. I really don't. I think Milwaukee is pretty much it. I don't see any other team in the East that could beat Boston or give them, push them to 7 games besides the Bucks. That's it. And I think we would beat the Bucks, and that's with Giannis and Lillard at their best. I think we would beat them. I do. I really do. This is the Celtics year. If they don't, they have to win this year. This is it. They got to win this year. I'm not saying the window is completely closed after this year, but the door starts creaking, it starts creaking closed a little bit. Yes, it does. Absolutely. These windows, you got to win when the window is open, you got to cash in on that opportunity. You just have to, because the window closes so quick. It's not open forever. It's just not. And when it's, you just got to cash in when it's open. And if you don't, man, who knows when you'll get another chance? You really don't know when you'll get another chance. In the West, who can beat Denver in the West right now? Who the fuck can... Is it OKC? Is it Minnesota? Dallas? I mean, who? I don't know. Who can beat them in the West right now? I'm just... OKC is a great team, but I think they're still a little too young at this point. I still think they're another year or two away, maybe. It's tough to say with OKC because, man, they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man. That boy can play, bro. He is just filthy with it. And that's not taking away Minnesota or, the Clippers they have not looked good lately. They need to figure their shit out ASAP. I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, yeah, OKC, man. Look out for them, man. They will give some people some problems. I'm telling you that right now. They will definitely give some people some problems. And New Orleans lately has been on fire. I mean, Zion Williamson he's been playing pretty well. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm fucking shocked I'm saying it, really. I thought he should have stopped eating at Burger King fucking years ago. I mean, not all of a sudden now he loses 25 pounds. It's like, dude, we've been telling you to fucking do that. Just stop eating fucking Burger King, bro. You practically lived there at one point, it seemed like. So now, but congrats to him. Losing 25 pounds is big, man, if you're trying to lose it. So kudos. But, it's not easy, man. It's tough. But, what team can give Denver a problem set for 7 games? Who can beat them to get to the finals? Is there any team in the West that can beat Denver? I mean, I'm looking at the standings. OKC, Denver is 2, Minnesota, Clippers, Pelicans, and Sacramento. Those are the top 6 in the West right now. And I tell you, I look at that list, and I don't know if any of those teams can beat Denver in a 7-game series. As long as everybody is healthy and no injury shit and all that. I don't think any of those teams can. Maybe OKC. Maybe. And it's a big maybe. Maybe Minnesota? If they have a healthy Cat and Gobert. But they have to have those guys. I was very surprised that Minnesota kept up with Denver the other night. They were in that game all the way down to the wire. And they had no size the entire night. No Naz Reid, no Gobert, no Towns, nobody. Those are 3 major players they were missing. And they were in that game the entire night until pretty much, the last 30 seconds of the game. Last minute, I don't know. But, man, Anthony Edwards, man, that kid is a fucking beast. He is a beast. He is an animal, man. When he dunks, I swear to you, he kind of reminds me of if Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins had a child. That's Anthony Edwards. If those 2 dudes had a kid, it would be him. I don't know. That's who he reminds me of. He reminds me a little of MJ dunking and a little bit of Dominique as well. Man, that kid is fucking special, man. He is special. Oof. He is one of the faces of the NBA for sure. There's no doubt about it. Man, that dunk the other night was, oh my God. He baptized that motherfucker, man. There's no other way to put it. That motherfucker got teabagged. John Collins got tested for a fucking concussion that night. I'm not even playing with you. I'm dead serious. Maybe not that night, but it was definitely by the next morning. He got a concussion test. Yes, he did not have a concussion, but he had a head contusion or some shit. So this dude, wow. I've never heard of anything like that before. That's just, he got a concussion. He got dunked on so bad he had to go get a fucking concussion test. When have you heard of that? Tell me. Oh my God. That is absolute fucking gold if you ask me. Oh my God. That is, whew, it's priceless, man. That's just, wow. You don't hear that. But I just don't see anybody beating Denver in the West, man. In a 7-game series, it's just, I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me. I would love to hear your answer down, in the comments. So please let me know. That's about all I got for you today, guys. I will talk to you next week. Peace.